Today, down in the comments, I want to hear about your favorite cinematic surprises. I want to hear about movies that you liked, that you weren't expecting to, movies you knew nothing about, that surprised you, things like that. Tell us about that down in the comments, because today's video is all about surprises. Hello, I'm Adam Caesar. This is Project Black T-Shirt, the channel where normally we take a new or a reissue horror movie or horror movies and then pair them with a piece of horror fiction that you will enjoy reading if you like those movies. I'm the author of Clown in a Cornfield and several other books that you can go read now in paperback, ebook, hardcover like this one, audiobook if you like listening to books. So go please check those out, leave a review, tell a friend. It really helps me out. If you like this video, please hit like, please subscribe, please go check out all the other videos on my channel. I got plenty for you. Today, we are going to talk about movies, but first, we got to get them out of this box. I do not know what's in this box. This is the January 2021 horror pack. You can see I've scratched out my my address there because some of you scare me. I'm going to crack this open, talk about what's inside. Hopefully I'll at least seen or know about a few of the movies so I can tell you a little bit about them before I watch them. The horror pack, for those that don't know, is a monthly DVD or Blu-ray. This is the Blu-ray one. Mystery box service, not condoned by J.J. Abrams, but a mystery box. They send it to you every month. It's got a bunch of discs inside. And the interesting thing about the horror pack and the cool thing about the horror pack, I've done one other video with this where I talked about Chris LaMartina's Witch's Brew. The cool thing about the horror pack is that they partner with indie filmmakers and producers and directors, and they release a limited edition Blu-ray that you can only get once a month in the horror pack, and they have like numbered spines. They've done like 50 of these things by now. And usually a very, very cool thing to have in your collection because you can't get that anywhere. And I really like the small indie cinema, DIY cinema that kind of tends to show up in here. I especially like it now that we don't have horror conventions, or they're not as easy to get to right now. Something I miss dearly about horror conventions is going, and there's people there that made a movie. They're trying to sell their like DVD-R or Blu-ray-R to you right there. But Hardpack kind of brings that experience home to you, and you get a bunch of other surprise discs. So I'm going to cut this open, and we'll talk about what's inside. Let's see what Santa Hardpack brought us for January, filmed in February, because through no fault of Hardpack's own, the postal system is a little messed up these days, if you guys haven't noticed. So first I will need the ceremonial blade. There we go. Look out. Cut this sucker open. We'll talk about it. I don't want to damage the discs inside. Poor little Blu-ray babies. It's just a nice thing to get to look forward to. Opening up one of these suckers. It's a really cool service. I really like it. You're not going to love everything you get. Sometimes you're going to have some of the things you get, but it's just nice. All right, let's enough with the gabbing. Let's look inside. I want to try to save the exclusive one for last. So I'm gonna kind of peek at the spines just to make sure I don't pull that one out. There's 4 discs in here, 4 Blu-rays. Could be anything in there. First one. All right, I do not know this one. The Dead Room. I am not aware of this one. This is Raven Banner Releasing presents. I know Raven Banner. They are a distribution and production company based out of Canada. They actually do interesting stuff, and they've had the like Canadian distribution rights for some bigger films too, like Gaspar Noé's Climax. So they are people of wealth and taste. The Dead Room, a James Stutter film. Step inside the dead room where something sinister guards a home's horrifying secrets. Inspired by the 1970s urban legend, I'm intrigued. This atmospheric nerve shredder follows 2 scientists and a young psychic as they travel to the countryside to investigate serious goings-on at a remote farmhouse. Skepticism quickly turns to terror as the researchers' presence unsettles seriously angry demonic presence possessing the home. Kind of sounds a little Amityville Horror-esque. I'm willing to check it out. Next disc, Kate Bosworth in The Domestics. This is another picture. I have no idea. I kind of, there's something about that though. There's something about, sometimes we're getting little seen Hollywood movies or things that you maybe didn't, you didn't pick up on disc, because I do mostly the, the boutique labels, things like that. But there's something nice about, this replicates that, go to Walmart, these movies that all got distribution, these movies that all kind of either would have gotten swallowed up on streaming or something like that, that did get disc releases, you're now exposed to them. I like this guy in the sheet. Looks interesting. It's Mad Max Meets the Purge. This is a Dread Central quote, which isn't really commenting on the quality of the film, just its premise, but I'd watch this. And a rarity for movies like this, there are actual special features. There's a behind-the-scenes, deleted scenes, and deleted scenes with commentary. So there's going to be something here that's going to give you a little bit of context to what the heck the Domestics is. Third, to come out of the hard pack, which is what I'm guessing we're calling this bubble mailer. Oh, finally, a movie I've actually seen and can talk about with some level of confidence. Unsane. This is Steven Soderbergh's film. This is a psychological thriller that, what year was this? Because whatever year this was honestly one of my favorite movies that year. 2018. 2018, this is Claire Foy, the British actor Claire Foy. She is wonderful in this movie. Soderbergh, Sex, Lies, and Videotape, Traffic, and more recently he's gone on this kind of ultra-prolific digital photography kind of rampage where he did Haywire and Side Effects, which is kind of a companion piece almost to Unsane, and what were some of the other titles? Bubble, The Girlfriend Experience, The Nick, both seasons of The Nick he both shot and directed. But Unsane really might be, of all those things I just listed, really might be my favorite of the bunch. He's a fantastic director. Oh yeah, Contagion is on here. This is a movie that kind of, I feel like, got overshadowed by the fact that it was like, oh, it was shot on an iPhone. It was like the big thing. Shot on an iPhone. Kind of like Sean Baker's Tangerine when that movie came out, when that movie was in festivals. Everyone was like, oh, shot on an iPhone. And that somehow became like the headline for the movie. And you're not really talking about what the film's about. Where Tangerine is its own incredible, moving, funny film that if it were shot any other way, you wouldn't talk about, like, oh, actually it's shot on an Ari Flex, blah, 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 blah. Just the fact that it was shot on an iPhone almost becomes a detriment because it is almost a publicity you had mentioned in the same sentences. Unsane, oh yeah, shot on an iPhone. But this is a great movie with a really, really great central performance. It's been a few years, but it's about a woman who is being stalked and being stalked to a level of her stalker is trying to convince everyone that she is crazy, convince everyone that she's not really being stalked, and he gets her committed to this kind of shady for-profit psychiatric health center, and it's unbelievably tense, unbelievably good. The reveals and like the villain is like really great, and guy's got such a creepy beardo face. If you haven't seen Unsane, this video is turning into a little bit of a review of Unsane, but if you haven't seen Unsane, I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. I don't know where you can get this disc outside of the hardpack, but really, really good. I highly, highly, highly recommend you check out this movie. It's really good. And the last disc in the hardpack, which is the exclusive, that is this month's hardpack exclusive, Blu-ray. Crazy Too Crazy. I know nothing about this film. What a interesting cover. There's no synopses on the back. There's just written, produced, and directed by Greg Daniel. This is a Greg Daniel joint, which I'll admit I'm various levels of intrigued by all these films. And this month you got Unsane, which is a value in and of itself because it's a great movie. And then you got some real oddball choices here. So I enjoy the hardpack. It's one of my favorite experiences of the month to just open up one of these suckers. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe. I've got plenty of other videos on my channel for you. I got plenty of other book recommendations, movie recommendations, all kinds of stuff.